Okay, let me go. Yes, this is the perfect time to have this conversation. Perfect time, identity. Who are you versus who you were told to be? Who are you versus who you were told to be? Oh my goodness. This topic I feel to have at the top of 2026. First of all, happy new year. We made it to another year. Cannot wait to see what God has in store for myself and everyone else. I wanted to talk about this because there was a time when and I kept getting in a cycle of dysfunctional, toxic relationships. And it wasn't just about the other person. It was but the most toxic relationship I was in was with myself. To just keep on just keep on going. We don't take time to see, what is happening? What's going on? Like, why does the same thing keep happening? I feel like I was dating the same person with a different name because all the outcomes were always the same. And I was the type of person would when I did not first of all I didn't know who I was. So when I would get into these relationships and I would be who they wanted me to be. I would literally become who they were, whatever they want me to be. Want me to be the party girl, want me to be the fun girl, the tipsy girl. I was that person. You want me to be the quiet person? I was that person. I was what everybody else told me I should be. I went to hair school twice because people told me I should go to school to do hair. Did I want to do that? No. I was doing what people told me to do. I was doing what people thought I should do. I did not know I was me. And I kept this cycle for decades. And it never stopped until I stopped it. I got off the merry-go-round. I had to get off the merry-go-round because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And the change starts with us. So that's why this is the perfect time to have this conversation. Because it comes to a point where we can no longer continue to point the finger at everybody else. If you point the finger at somebody else, you got the other fingers pointing at you. So I had to work on me. I had to do my work. I had to get the therapy. I had to get the coaching. I had to get the personal development. I had to unlearn so many things that I was taught, things that I saw growing up. Not to say that my childhood was bad, but just things I saw that just were dysfunctional. Something that's been dysfunction. When you have been in dysfunction for so long, you think it's normal. There are people in toxic, dysfunctional relationships, and they've been in those relationships for so long, they think it's normal, and they stay there. It's like, why would I leave? I mean, he hit me one time, but I seen my aunt or my uncle, they do that, and they love it, and they still stay together. We work things out. We just suffer. We're suffering, right? We're just suffering, and then we won't tell anybody because what goes on in this house stays in this house, and we don't talk about it. We don't talk about these things. Nobody talks about, this thing. Now they're talking about it now, but back then they wasn't talking about those things. They wasn't talking about, yeah, my mama went upside my daddy went upside my mama head, or my mama went upside my daddy head. And then you know what? They apologize and they still together. You know what? Last night, I may have punched me in my eye because I came home late. It's okay. Nobody's saying that, right? Well, we know what's happening. We see it all the time. Women getting unalived by people who say they love them. People are hurting people they say they love. And sometimes we're hurting ourselves by staying places where we know this stuff is going on. I don't know why I said all that, but I just want to talk about identity because when you don't know who you are, you find yourself in these cycles of abuse. I was in a cycle of abuse with myself. I was in abusive relationships as well, but the main one was me. Because why was I allowing it? Why was I staying there? Because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was. So I felt this is what love is. Because that's what I saw. Was it right? No. Was it normal? Yes, for me. And so I want to talk about identity because a lot of times we find ourselves doing things and we don't even know why we're doing them. We don't even understand why we're doing it. And the reason why my life changed, number one, because the relationship ended, and I just thought, what's going on? I just thought this was the one. I thought this was it for me, and it wasn't. And I had to sit with me. And sometimes we don't want to sit with ourselves because we don't know who we are. You got to sit with you. Then you got to deal with your stuff. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. Okay, what's going on here? How can God? Can you help me fix this? because I tried it my way and it's not working. That's where I was. I was like, why me? He said, why not you? So I used that pain as my platform. Now talk about what I experienced on the other side of the healing, on the other side of the growth, on the other side of the lessons. These things that are happening, we learn to. I don't know about y'all. I want to test. No, thank you. Get somebody else to do it. I don't want to do it. So let me get into it. Identity, who you were told to be. Foundation for clarity, confidence, and alignment. Who did you? So let me ask you a question. Who did you become? Excuse me. Who did you become to survive what you no longer want to be? Who did you? Who did you become to survive the you no longer wanted to be? I became a person who just put up with stuff. That's the person I had became because I survived the stuff. I said, you know what? I'm strong, a strong black woman. That don't mean I got to just keep dealing with stuff. You know, in the Bible they say about turning the other cheek. That does not mean sitting there putting up with abuse. That does not mean that. That's not what we're here for. We're here to love one another. And if you can't love a person, let them go because that's love too. Loving is letting someone go and be who they need to be and be with who they need to be with if it's not you. Okay. And that's what I had to learn. I had to learn to love myself because I was loving people more than I was loving myself. And that didn't work for me. It wasn't that they was a bad person. That did not work for me. They're not my person. That's all. It was a completed relationship. We both got what we got from one another. It's time to turn the page. And I know it's hard to turn the page when you know that person is no longer there. It's a reason why they're no longer there. Rejection was just redirection. If you think about a woman who gives birth, she's rejecting her child because the child has got to come out. You think the child ready to come out? It's in there getting all the food and nutrients they can get. You think they're ready to be pushed out? No. No, they can have that one just staying there forever. Protected, loved, fed, all those things. Rejection is redirection. This is how I had to look at it because I was like, what's wrong with me? Why don't they want me? Why are they always leaving me? Why am I unlovable? And I used to listen. I had a playlist of I ain't gonna say toxic songs. I'm gonna say just depressing songs because that's where I was at. Bad at love. Like I had a whole playlist and I would just sing these. This was my anthem. And I was sad and I was stuck for so long. I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know how to get myself out of the ditch. And I'm here to tell you, you cannot get yourself out of the ditch. You need help, right? You got to call a tow truck. I had to call a coach, counselor, therapist. You got to call someone to help you get out of that ditch, right? A therapist helps you with your past. A coach helps you with your future. That's why I needed both in so many different areas. And they helped me heal. They helped me get out of that. And of course, God was the first person. He was the first because I was putting those people above him. And he don't like that. He's a jealous God. So why identity matters? Identity drives behavior. Do you know that? Identity drives your behavior. You will always behave in a way that's consistent with the way you see yourself. If you see yourself as promiscuous, sexy, or whatever you want to call it, you can be dressing like that. You can be acting like that. You can be doing those things that they do. I did them too. Okay? I ain't talking about nothing I ain't never did. Not shaming you. I'm saying when you don't know who you are, we do things like this because I did. Okay? Get drunk to the point of I'm throwing up. Do that make sense? Just didn't want to feel. Just wanted to just kind of like just go through the motions. And so behavior shapes the results. So what results do you get from that? What result do you get from that behavior? Broke. You got what else you got? You got, what's the thing called? When you have like after you've been drunk, the next day, hangover, head by the bus. Take a good pound drink of Pepsi and do it again. Ain't learned that. Just really? just keep doing it, right? Didn't know I was me. Didn't know. Didn't know how to process emotions. Didn't know what was emotional intelligence, what was relational intelligence. Kept making the same choices. Didn't want to sit with nothing. I didn't want to feel it. Okay? Drank it away, smoke it away, sex it away. Didn't want to feel it. Just didn't. So if results feel off, then identity is often the root. So if your results are off, we got to look at our identity. And here's the thing, we have to become the person before we become the person. If you aspire to graduate from college for nursing or whatever that degree is, you have to become a person who studies. You have to become a person who uses time management. You have to become that person already, right? So that's where it starts. And here's the hidden problem. Most people live on autopilot. That was me. Most people live on autopilot, just going through the day, just going through the motions, living for the weekend. Oh, it's Friday. Can't wait to get dressed, get up, and go out. And be in somebody's club, dance on somebody. Just ready. Autopilot. That was me. Borrow identities from family, culture, or survival. Borrowing identities. Oh, we like to hang out with her. She's so fun. She's the party girl. She's the what they call that, the life of the party. Okay, that's what I gotta be. I gotta entertain them. I'm talking about autopilot. That was me. Confuse the roles with self. I was confusing the roles. Here's the thing, roles are not identity. You are not your job. Okay, my identity was tied to this job I was on for 14 years, and when they released me, I was like, what am I supposed to do with me? Scrambling around, just upset, just depressed, just all over the place, because I thought I didn't know who I was without that job. I was on that job for 14 years. That's what I knew. And when that job released, I said release, because sometimes we won't leave a place, we won't leave a person until they leave us, until they let us go. And we don't understand it in the moment. It's like, why does this happen? It's happening for you. It's all a part of his process. Now, I don't know what he's doing. I just know he's doing something. I trust him, right? So, roles, you are not your job. You are not your trauma. You're not what happened to you. I know it was harmful. It was hurtful. And you can't stop thinking about it. But I'm here to tell you, you are not your trauma. I am not my trauma. You are not your trauma. Your relationship status. And I know single women, single parents, I see this all the time. Well, I'm a single parent, and I'm a single parent, and okay, at some point, I'm a parent who happens to do this thing by myself. That don't mean I'm any less than. I can still do it. And I'm here to tell you, you can still do it to raise two kids. They're young adults now, as a solo parent, right? Just happen to be the one to do it. Happen to be the one to stay, right? Made choices. That ain't their fault. I'm not gonna sit up here and keep saying I'm a single. I'm not gonna keep saying that. I'm just not. Been there, done that. So I had to reframe that. I'm the parent who stayed, doing the best that I can with the resources I have and the tools that I have, and that's okay. And then there's your past mistakes. You are not your past. I am not my past mistakes. You are not your past mistakes. I don't care what anybody holds over your head. You are not your past mistakes, no matter how bad they are. I'm talking about child went to jail, did all kind of stuff, just making just choices that didn't make no sense because I didn't know I was me. And when you don't know who you are, you're constantly in trouble. You're constantly doing things that don't even make sense. You ask the person why they did it. I don't even know. I don't know why I did that stuff. I don't even know. I don't know what happened. I just didn't know. I didn't know I was me. How identity is formed. It's formed through repetition. It's formed through emotional experiences. It's formed through what was the reward or punished. What was rewarded or punished. So if you were rewarded for the bad behavior, then guess what you keep doing? That behavior, because it's rewarded. If you were punished for something, then just like, okay, well, I can't do this. I can't. Oh, here's the big one. I don't want to ask nobody for help. Because maybe as a child, you went to your mom and she was tired that day and she just, her cup was full and she was like, you know what? Just don't ask me no more questions. Leave me alone. And so now it's like, I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to ask any questions. And we sit and we suffer and we struggle because pride, that pride and ego, and maybe our past has us behaving in a manner as a child, right? Mom and dad yelled at us, said, don't leave me alone. I don't got time. I'm tired. So now you go around saying, I don't want to bother anybody. I hate to bother you. Who said you're bothering them? Things that we learn, right? Identity is formed through these things, and we don't even realize how this stuff happens. And so with my kids as they, as I begin to learn these things now, it's never too late to change the way you do things, no matter how old they are. So I'm listening, not judging, not don't jumping off the handle, like, tell me what's going on. And I'm just listening. Okay, so how can I help you? So now I move from mom to coach. Okay, so what about this? What about that? Think about this and think about that and let me know. Right? Because just because I never saw that, don't mean I can't do it now that I learned it. New information requires new decisions. We can make better decisions once we learn different things, right? You can. The cost of unexamined identity. If you don't examine your identity, here's what happens. Self-sabotage. Constantly self-sabotaging. And here's the thing about self-sabotaging. You don't even know you're self-sabotaging. There are things that you're supposed to do and you won't do them because you get on this phone and you start scrolling, and next thing you know, hours later, there are things that you're supposed to do and you just don't do them. Well, I'm quiet and I'm shy and I don't know how to do this and I know how to do that, and then you don't change the behavior because this has been your identity. And then we have people pleasing. I don't want to tell them no. I don't want to say no. Gotta always say yes, even if it's to the detriment of me. Saying yes, helping people when you can't even help yourself. When they're not gonna help you, and you're constantly saying yes, over explaining it if you can't, or either you say no and they'll manipulate you into saying yes. Well, you come on now, you need to help me. I need this help, and then the next thing you know, okay, what you need me to do? You put yourself to the side and you're pushing and pushing and pushing until you don't even do it, but you're helping everybody else. Not know your identity. You will constantly say yes. You will constantly people please. You will constantly do what everybody wants you to do. You become what everybody wants you to become, not even realizing that you are operating in autopilot. In 2026, do not continue to operate in autopilot. You have to become the person before you become the person. And a lot of times we got to unbecome who we're not in order to become who God has called us to be. And it takes work. I did not know I was an author. I did not know I was a speaker. I did not know I was a coach. I never saw that. Never saw it. Didn't know what that even looked like. To do my work and unlearn all the things that were just holding me back. Limitless. It blows my mind that I can come on here and do this stuff because I was quiet. I was shy. Or at least they told me that. That wasn't who I was. So I behaved in that way. You're not the names that people call you. You're not the things that people call you. You are not what you did. That's your past. That is your past back there. And we don't drive looking back here. Do you drive looking back? Because I don't. Only time I look back when I'm backing up, trying to in a parking space, or backing up, or either checking my rearview mirrors. But I'm not constantly looking back there, because that's not where I'm going. I'm headed this way. Playing small while calling it being realistic. No longer play small. It is not the time to play small. Play big. Your dreams should scare you. Your dreams should knock your socks off, okay? Because anything is possible. Anything. And you can do it. But you got to become the person that does it. Not what they told you. So, question. Who did I become to survive? Who did you become to survive? I became Superwoman to survive because I thought that's what I had to do. I thought I had to endure. I thought I had to just put up with stuff. I thought that a good woman, a good person just takes care of people, just helps them, just saves them, just rescues them. I thought a good woman changes people because I thought you could change somebody, but you can't. The only person that's going to end up changing is you. You ain't going to change them. They are who they are. You're not going to change them. Look how hard it is trying to change your behaviors. This is who I thought I was. This is who I thought I had to become in order to be loved and not left. So I said, let me become who they want me to become so they won't leave me. And who was leaving me? Me. I was leaving me. I left me before anybody else ever left me. I left me before anybody else left me because I thought I had to be who they wanted me to be. And they didn't even know who they was. Make it make sense. I'm exhausted talking about it. Listen, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be to thrive? Who do you want to be to thrive? Who do you need to be to thrive? No more just surviving and struggling in 2026. We want to thrive, doing the best we can with the tools and information we have, right? This is where we want to be. This is where we should aspire to grow to. And if there are things that you don't know, then guess what? We learn. We figure it out because everything is figure outable. I'm constantly reading books. I'm constantly making investments in myself because I want to continue to be my best self. I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to thrive. Now, there are some areas that I need support in. So, guess what I do? I make investments in those areas, whether that's a coach, whether that's a mentor, that's a whatever that is, whatever that thing is, who's for that area, right? Figure that out. And then what no longer fits. So, what's no longer fitting for you? What no longer fits for you? Continue to behaving in that toxic, dysfunctional behavior no longer fitted for me. Continuing to put everybody else before me no longer fit for me. Continue to make crazy decisions that without thinking about it no longer fit for me. It all starts with us. Transformation comes about a renewing of your mind. If you want a different out, different things. Your action has to be different. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. The calendar, the date on the calendar just changed. That's it. The year on the calendar just changed. That's it. That's not my story. And I don't want it to be your story either. It all starts with our identity. So you can choose to become grounded. You can choose to become courageous. You can choose to become disciplined. You can choose to become self-trusting. It all starts with you. And maybe you need help. Maybe you need coaching. Maybe you need support. I invite you to get what you need. Because if not, you're going to continue to stay on the cycle. And that's where we get stuck. I was on a cycle for decades. Didn't even know I was on it. I was just going through the motions. Just doing stuff. Didn't make no sense. Didn't know why I was doing it. Couldn't tell you why I did it. Nevertheless, I did it. That's who I was. I'm not going to hold myself hostage to the person I was because the person I was got me as far as I could. And I said, girl, I got this now. I got us now. We all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to continue to be all right. We're going to make different decisions. If we want different results, we got to make different decisions. And it starts with us. It's nobody else. Mama wasn't there. Daddy wasn't there. We can't keep blaming. We cannot keep blaming them. We're adults now. It's on us. It's on us to get us where we need to be and get the support and help that we need. Because the people that hurt you, and they're not coming to fix you. They're not coming to save you. They're not coming to heal you. They're not coming to rescue you. Because if they could, they would have, right? Or maybe they wouldn't have. It's on you to get yourself where you need to be. So your new identity requires new standards. What you tolerate, what you say no to in your practice daily. What's your daily practice? What does your schedule look like? What does your circle look like? You ever heard that quote? Show me your circle, your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you your future. Relationships matter. Relationships matter. We're going into the season. We have been in this season. We're still in the season of he's going to reveal people to you who is not for you. And you could be like, I cannot believe this person did that. I cannot believe that. And it's time for them to exit off the bus. Or maybe it's time for them to rearrange that seat for them. Nevertheless, you can't continue to have them there if he's shown you who they are. And when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Okay? Because you loving them harder ain't gonna change them. You giving them, things that, what's the word I'm looking for? You giving them options. Okay, if you don't do this, you don't have to do all that. I'm telling you. Ultimatums, that's the word I'm looking for. Look here. It's either they're gonna stay or they're gonna go. We don't have time for that. Life is too short for that. So I want you to write this down and remember this. And then you can journal about this. This may have been a lot of information I just gave you, right? You might have opened some things up, and that's okay. I'm a transformational coach / speaker, so I'm not just speaking to inspire you. I'm speaking for transformation. I want something to change within you in here. This is where it starts, right? So I am the kind of person who, and you journal that, or then act like it today. That's the second part. Then act like it today. You're the kind of person who you aspire to be, not who you are, right? Who you aspire to be. And then then act like it today. And you can start today. Today's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. You can start whenever you watch this video. Whenever you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you can start. I reached that point years ago. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I said, you know what? Something got to change. And it starts with me. Had I not changed, had I not done the work, I would have never got married. So I've been like, yeah, no. Once I did my work, then I'm able to receive love, real love. I'm able to trust myself. I'm able to thrive, not just survive. Because I had to do the work. I'm telling you, I was making some toxic. You're looking at a dysfunctional choice right here. I made some choices that I can't take back. But I refuse to be held hostage by my choices. That's not who I was. That's who I was when I didn't know who I was. That was where everybody told me I should be, when I didn't know I was me. And this is when I did this book right here. Right after that heartbreak, I was like, man, listen, I need some help. And then God be completed, because they was blocking what he had for me. And sometimes you'll keep on running against that brick wall until you change. And the change starts with you. I'm complete. I wanted to share that because this is what changed my entire life. And I wanted to share that with somebody else, especially the top of the year, when we're just, I got all these goals, I got all these things, and here's what I'm not doing. I'm not running full speed with stuff I didn't do last year, because evidently I wasn't supposed to do it. So I'm using this time of this month of January to just take inventory, take in stock to see, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? Lord, what you want me to do? Because I'm tired of trying my way that's not working. So I want to continue to pray and trust that everything for me is gonna come to me, right? But I gotta be doing my work. I gotta be open to receive it. I gotta be open to my process, going through my process. As strange, as ugly as it can be sometimes, we gotta go through that. Because he's not gonna give you nothing you're not prepared for. You're not gonna get anything you're not prepared for, because you won't keep it. It won't last. So we gotta make sure that we prepare for that, whatever that next is. But it all starts with identity. You will always behave in a way that's consistent with the way you see yourself. And we see it all the time. We see this stuff all the time. I see the stuff. So I know what it looks like, because that was me. Wanting the attention, needing the attention, because I didn't get it as a child from my father. So therefore, I seeked it from men and from relationships. And it never was fulfilling. It never was. It never will be. Because it's the thing that you need is internally, not externally. So when they walked away, it felt like I walked away too every time. It just didn't work. And one day, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm like, okay, because what I'm doing ain't working. It was a road to self-destruction, self-sabotage, dysfunction, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You get the point. It all starts with us. And the person that got you here can't get you there. If they could have, they would have. The old me could have never got me here. The old me would never do anything like this. I had to unbecome in order to become. Unbecome what everybody told me to be, and become who God called me to be. Never would have done this. Never would be on here telling people my business. What? I'm shy. I'm quiet. I stutter. All of those things that you and that's not who I am anymore. It's not. It's not who you are. You're not who they tell you that you were. You're not what you did. You're not. You are not. I'm telling you. There is somebody inside of you that's waiting to just think about the butterfly in the cocoon. So it goes to those stages, right? And that cocoon, that when it comes out of that cocoon, that butterfly is so beautiful. So it's just so many colors and so many layers, and it's just beautiful. And it's flying and soaring. It just is doing what it's supposed to do, right? It's doing what it was created to do. So yeah, my whole entire life changed. I'm talking about speaking and coaching and all of the things that I never thought I could do. The old me couldn't do, but the person who I'm becoming, unstoppable. I don't know what she's gonna do next. I just thought she is looking. She's just out here trusting him. She just out here doing what he called her to do, and it shows. She's being obedient most of the time. Because sometimes he got knocked inside my head a couple times. Like I told you to do that stuff. I'm like, yeah, and it's not comfortable. Okay, so don't think it's gonna be comfortable because it's not. The stuff is not comfortable. So if you're looking for comfort, you might as well just stop because it's not gonna be comfortable. I've done so many uncomfortable things, and to think about it, it's scary, but it's fun at the same. It's scary and exciting at the same time. So I say I'm gonna do it scared. I'm gonna do it scared. I'm gonna keep doing it because this is what he's called me to do. He's called me to use this my testimony to share with others because there's somebody that's going through the same thing that you're going through, and they need you to show up. They need you to write that book. They need you to start that YouTube channel. They need you to start that podcast and start telling and sharing your truth because they need it. They're in the ditch. Think about that. They're in the ditch and they can't get out of the ditch by themselves. They need you to help get them out. All right, get your time. If you stop standing on the sidelines, looking at clapping for everybody else, that's amazing. That's fun. That's exciting. And now it's your turn. It's your time and it's your turn. And nothing changes if nothing changes. And you are the change you want to see. So look in the mirror because it's time. 2026, let's go. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop making the same choices. You have to become the person you aspire to be. Who's that person? What time do they wake up? What do they eat? What do they wear? What do they do? What do they do on a day-to-day basis? What does a schedule look like? You have to become it before you become it. Okay? You got to already start acting like it, talking like it, behaving like it. I'm complete for real now. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. I'm complete. For those who want support, want coaching, maybe a conversation, send me a message. You know how to do it on here. Send me a message. Let's talk about it. Okay? Or not. Anyway, I am complete for real. So I'm going to end the videos and yeah, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening because my work weekend starts tomorrow. Like everybody's, oh, I'm happy it's Friday. I'm not. I work the weekend, so I'm not happy it's Friday. Nevertheless, I am grateful. I mean, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm grateful to have a job. Might not be where I expect to be. Nevertheless, I'm there for a reason as well. So I'm on assignment. That's how I like to look at it. I'm on assignment. You on assignment. It's time for you to get your stuff done. Okay. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace, love, and blessings.